Michaela, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank
Nice to meet you.
so much for coming out and see me here today.
Of course.
How's your day going?
It's good. It's good. Busy as usual, but busy is good.
Introduce yourself to the people. What do you do? Who are you?
Who am I ask myself sometimes. Hi, I'm Michaela Panday. I am the political leader of the Patriotic Front.
What does the Patriotic Front stand for?
PF, Patriotic Front. It's a humanitarian party. It is a political party, obviously. But a lot of people sometimes say, are you left-wing, are you right-wing, are you center, especially now with the American politics. But we brand ourselves as a humanitarian party, really trying to improve the lives of all humans and all people. So yeah, something different, but I think we need that now.
Outside of politics, who is Michaela Panday?
You know, that every time somebody asks me that, it feels so strange because I think it's for others to say. Otherwise, you always feel, well...
Yeah, she probably lying.
She's just saying that is not true.
Yeah.
I am a patriot.
Okay.
I think that is first and foremost. I love my country. I love sports. Right. I ran track and field nationally. Okay. 4x100 meter and 100 meter flat. I like cooking, but I love family. And I have a very, very close family. And chilling like everybody else, but it's a lot of work now.
And did your family impact why you wanted to get into politics?
I mean, you grow up in it, but I have 3 other sisters. And they don't like politics at all.
Serious?
I want nothing to ever do with politics. But yeah, it's something that I love from a very, very young age. And yeah, so it would have an impact. I mean, my father obviously was a politician. My uncle was a politician. I grew up around politicians, the formation of political parties. And it's just something I really enjoy, and being around people, and I like people. And I know what politics can do. We often see the negative aspects of it, but it can do great things.
What was your experience growing up around a politician? Tell me about your dad.
Oh, excitement. So your house is always filled with politicians. Dad was busy, but he was always a father that you knew that you could count on. So he may not have been physically there, but you can call upon Dad at any time for anything. A lot more forgiving than my mom. Somebody has to be the disciplinarian. So yeah, it was great. You meet people, so you would know A.N.R. Robinson, I knew Georgie Chambers as Uncle Georgie, I knew Patrick Manning as Uncle Patrick.
Wow.
So it's kind of normal, but not really normal. But it's good, you have lots of different experiences, you get to meet people from all walks of life, and you just start to feel if this is something that you want to do for yourself, for your country, and it's something that I love.
What's your ultimate goal?
The ultimate goal, I try to look at that as a vision for my country as opposed to myself. You have to win an election, so your ultimate goal is to win an election. Yeah. But I feel when you actually win the election, that's where the work actually begins. And I just want ultimately Trinidad to be the best that it can be, and reach its full or almost full potential. I want to see young people involved in politics. I want to see them not leave us and go to foreign countries. I want to see a Trinidad and Tobago where we truly are patriotic, and not just during cricket season or football season or carnival, where we love our country and we just together help build it.
Yeah.
Really.
So where do you envision Trinidad and Tobago going then?
First of all, we've got to get rid of crime. So crime and the economy is very, very important, and they kind of work hand in hand. Yeah. Because you can't really build an economy. People don't want to come into your country. Your own people want to leave your country. So people don't want to come in to invest in your country. So you have to, first of all, deal with crime, and I think that can be done. But one of the things that we don't do is we don't look at the root causes of crime, and we try to throw money at things. There are a lot of people in a lot of trouble in Trinidad and Tobago right now, and a lot of young people are in a lot of trouble, and they don't see any way forward, and we find them going down paths that If we were in that position, we can't judge. Maybe we would have as well.
Yeah.
But I just see a place, a Trinidad and Tobago, where people have equal opportunity, where people get jobs based on meritocracy and not who you know or who knows you.
What is meritocracy?
First
time I hear
I
that
should have asked you that. Meritocracy is that
Right.
you get a job based on your merits,
Okay.
on your ability, not on who knows you or who you know. You don't have to get a job because your parents have to know somebody or you have to beg. That you make a more fair and equitable society.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's something hard to achieve, but you have to have the political will to want it. And I feel young people want that. I don't think people want to leave their country. Away, as we call it in Trinidad, not easy. It's hard. We see what's happening in the States, we see what's happening in Europe, we see what's happening in Canada. So you leave your country to go to another country for better opportunities. So we need to create the opportunity here in Trinidad so that young people will stay and help build the country and make it the best country to live in the Western Hemisphere. I mean, just the best country to live in. And I think we could do it. But we have to be fair and we have to be honest and we have to genuinely want that. And I feel sometimes that those who are there have done their part and made their contribution, but very much like a business.
Yeah.
If the CEO or the board isn't functioning and you're no longer making a profit, you tend to have to change them.
What would you do differently as a leader?
Everything. Absolutely everything.
Like what? Tell me about some of the things.
I mean, first of all, when you go in there, when we go in, as opposed to, like I said, you have to say, what is your vision for this country? Right now, there's no transparency and accountability. So one of the main things that I think you have to do is be transparent and accountable to people. There's a lot of hiding that goes on at the higher levels. If you look at it, everything in this country the people own. They don't realize that. So all the oil belongs to the people. All the asphalt belongs to the people. All the land belongs to the people. And what governments do is that they are there to go in and manage it for you to the best of their ability and then move on and somebody else comes in. One of the first things when you get there you have to do, which they all do, that they all fail to do, is they don't continue with different projects. So they go there and they say, well, renew, fire everybody who was there before. So there's no continuity. Stop all the projects that were being done, throw more money at something else, and that whole structure of governance, I would change. We would change. Because it doesn't help the country and it wastes so much money. The next thing I have to tell you is, we are in a situation that we are in this country right now because of waste, corruption, and mismanagement. If you remove waste, corruption, and mismanagement from this country, everybody could benefit from the resources. I also disagree with a few at the top having everything and the people at the bottom having nothing. I also disagree that you should never have a top-down approach. You have to start from the people. You're getting in there to improve their lives. So how are you going to start at the top? The next thing that I would do, we'll be here all day, the next thing I would do is bridge the gap between the politicians and the people. Because if you don't bridge that gap and you don't know what's going on the ground, you can't lead, you can't legislate, you can't make policy because you don't understand. And all these things that I've talked about with you, I think is done by design to keep politicians almost as an enigma of something. You'll never see them anywhere. You don't see them in the supermarket. They almost seem like not real people living in these castles, the clouds above us. And you have to bridge that gap, not just during election time. not just during election time. And therefore, as the country changes, as things change, the needs will start to change. How do you understand what's happening there? So you may feel we need a Hyatt, and somebody on the ground will tell you they need water.
Yeah.
Basic necessities. We can be in 2024 and still not have basic necessities. Food, water, shelter. There are people living in this country without that. We are one of the richest countries in the Caribbean. We should be setting the example. We don't talk about the environment. We don't talk about anything. So what are we leaving for the young people? For me, what they're leaving is debt. Young people will have to pay back the debt that we are increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing. They will have to pay it back. They will have to pay for the mistakes politicians are making now. You're closing down refinery. It's not yours to close. It's not yours to close.
You seem really, really passionate. How do you not lose yourself in politics? What else do you do?
What else do I do? Make chow.
Yes, okay.
I like pepper.
Right.
Everybody know it. I make chow. I look after my dog. What do I do? What do I do? You know something? A lot of what I do is politics, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
It's not a job. So when people say to you, so what do you do outside politics? Everything to me really is politics.
Right.
But as my dad said, anytime you stop enjoying it, or anytime it becomes an effort for you, you're not happy doing it, then it becomes a job, and then you need to leave.
For the people who may not know your dad, what's his name?
Basdeo Panday.
Yeah, what is one of the greatest things that he's ever told you?
Focus on the eye of the bird.
What does that mean?
Focus on the eye of the bird means that you must not let anything around you distract you. It's a story actually in one of the holy books, and you're going to shoot this bird, but you focus on the eye of the bird, so the breeze and the branches and the noise, and you don't. Keep focused, and that's important, because what can happen is you can lose focus. Terrible things happen in politics. It's very nasty. There's a lot of mudslinging. And if you kind of feel that you start to out fires all over the place and you keep looking back, you'll never be able to move forward. So just always, the general idea is just to keep focus. And I'm a human being, so things will hurt, but I have to keep focus. Why am I doing this? What is the purpose of this? What do I want to achieve? And not let anything else stand in your way.
What's the last thing he told you?
I love you, Mick. And that he was coming back to help me.
Aww.
I'll be there. When I get better, we go, and this is what we have to do, and we were listening. So I have it in my mind. I had one of the greatest teachers, and I'm lucky to have had that. And I just want to remember what he said and not lose the reasons why I'm there.
Do you miss him?
Every single day. Yeah.
Wow.
Every second.
Yeah. And he's living through you.
God, I don't know if you'd be happy with that. I mean, I want to continue his legacy. People say to me, look at the state of Trinidad now, everything your father did counted for nothing. Absolutely not. Everybody who came before us did something and gave us that one step forward, that one step. I don't look at it as we've gone back. We just kind of stalled.
Yeah.
We just get a little push forward now.
I want to thank you so much for doing this interview.
Thank you.
Just wishing you the best in your political career and your career in life,
Thank you.
And you as a human being too.
Thank you.
I care about you, and that's why I did this interview with you here today. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Thank you.
And I brought a gift for you as well.
Oh my God!
It's from
to do that.
yeah, I'm telling you. It's actually a fragrance that was made right here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, I do. I buy local all this.
Yeah, I'm
thank
telling you.
How my spit? Thank you.
No problem at all. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I
you,
wish
my
you
friend.
the absolute best.
Thank
you again so much.
Thank you. Thank
Michaela
you.
Panday, if you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know.
That was amazing. Did you enjoy?